may never know precisely what happened on that day of Pentecost, but we do know that it was one of the supremely great days in the Christian church. For on that day, the Holy Spirit came to the Christian church in a very special way. And in our reading today, it said that it came, and it seemed that tongues of fire came on them. Have you ever wondered why the Holy Spirit came on each person in what seemed like tongues of fire? Well, tongues would and still symbolize speech. And without our tongues, we can't communicate. And for me, communicating the gospel, not just by word, but also in how we live it through our actions, is the most effective way of sharing the love that Jesus has with every person. However, in our sharing and our building of relationships, it will always be through our words and conversations that ultimately will have the opportunity to tell others about the good news. No one's faith should be private. And on that day of Pentecost, a festival which was held each year, reminding people of the period in Israel's life after the Passover, where Moses was given the Torah, or the law, the commandments. So Jews from every tribe would come to Jerusalem. It was a hive of activity and lots of noise, and every tribe would have been speaking in those different languages or dialects. Therefore, it's no surprise that the disciples were given a supernatural gift to be able to speak in other languages, so that the message of the good news would be spread through a captive audience during that Pentecost celebration. What amazing timing in God's mind to send His Spirit when Jerusalem was packed with people from all those nations. And it was a mission field right before the disciples to reach into. This was, after all, what Jesus had commissioned them to do. And now His Holy Spirit has given them the tools to do it. In a sense, we too need to learn a new language to reach people for the gospel. We need to be able to talk to people in a way that they understand. We don't need to speak in some kind of church code that other people don't understand. It's no longer good enough to expect people to walk through the doors of our churches. It's no longer good enough to expect people to understand